welcome to my Ask Me Anything video. This was supposed to be video number 500, but I kept pushing it. So one of my live streams is now my 500th video. But anyway, this is celebrating 500 videos on my AuthorTube channel. So yeah, I have questions here from my community post that I put on my YouTube channel, and let's get going. Question number 1 is book crush. What qualities other than looks make them the answer? So this one's a little tricky. I don't usually crush on people in books. Usually they have to be animated or live action for me to actually form a crush on them. So the answer that I'm going with is someone who was originally in a manga series and was then adapted into animation and OVAs and then live action. So it's kind of cheating, but it's someone I've been re-obsessed with the last couple weeks, and that is Himura Kenshin from Rurouni Kenshin or Samurai X. So I have all my answers typed up here, so I gotta keep looking. But yeah, I love him because he fights to protect those he cares about while upholding his own morals of not killing at the same time. He does all he can for others, but still finds his own happiness in the journey. He's true to his friends, asking for forgiveness when necessary. His past is tragic, but he's learned from it. He's responsible and kind and funny and doesn't take himself too seriously, usually. So this one actually comes with a funny little side story. One time I was on a bus in Toronto and I saw a guy who looked exactly like him, and I was like, hold up. And I'm kicking myself for not asking for his number this whole time since then. But he was reading a book on a bus, so I was like, ah, a book reader. And he looks like Kenshin. He had the hair and like long red hair. I was like, dude, why didn't I? Anyway. Question number 2. It says, I love following your running journey too. What's your favorite event of the ones you've done so far? And my answer would be the Dumbo Double Dare, which was January of this year, 2024. So it is a Run Disney race where you do a 10K on Saturday? I don't know, one of the days. And then the very next day you do a full half marathon. So you do back-to-back runs. And I did these virtually on my treadmill in Toronto. So not the most, I don't know, awesome, but I've only ever done them on my treadmill. So but I shaved off like 45 minutes of my time for my half marathon. So that was really nice. And I dressed up and ran in my costumes. I had my Run Disney music going for a lot of it. And I got my medals, I got my t-shirts for it, and it was a jolly good time. So I do hope to do them in person eventually. One of the reasons why I do them virtually is because there's no time limit, so you don't get swept off the course, so you're allowed to finish, because, you know, they have to open the roads back up. So yeah, my Dumbo Double Dare. Next question, do you have any swords? I'm currently in California where my sword resides. I also have a lightsaber, but that's in Toronto right now, which is a Ultra Saber, and it is stunt grade, so I can do actual lightsaber fights with it. But my sword is a replica that is actual like metal. I can get an edge put on it if I wanted to. I do not, because I would die. But it is Anduril, Flame of the West, forged from the shards of Narsil. So Lord of the Rings, Aragorn sword. And yeah, let me go get it real quick. So this is my sword. It's a little on the long side, but it has the writing etched in it. It's got the pommel and the hilt and everything. It is majorly heavy, and I have to be careful that I don't take out the ceiling light. And yeah, it is a two-handed sword, and it will be on the wall eventually. I have the wooden plaque to put it up, but the hardware is missing, so I need to have my brother help me find the correct hardware to mount it. Oh, and the lightsaber color is a bluish green. It's very pretty. Anyway, next question is, will 500 take you more or less time, you think? So I hope it's gonna be less time. A lot of my videos are timers, but I wish to be consistent with videos now, again. I haven't been for a long time, so I hope to be uploading consistently, and that will rack up the numbers. Yes, Roy, my sweet boy. He's so cute. So the next question is, what has made you feel the most supported over these 500 videos, and what has made you feel the most unsupported? So I wrote down, those who are consistent coming to the live streams have made me feel supported. We get to interact in real time. The community turning out for my book release of Tiny Shivers was amazing as well. It's done better than I would have hoped thanks to you guys. So thank you. And unsupported, what makes me feel unsupported is the YouTube algorithm. A lot of people's channels grow so fast, even when they get started at the same time as me, and also do the AuthorTube content. I guess I'm just a slow and steady girl. So, yeah. Yeah, just the algorithm. Another question is earliest memory in life. And this would be the family reunion at the Grand Canyon when I was 2. I remember being held and we were trying to take the family photo, and it was like along the edge of the Grand Canyon, and I was terrified we were gonna fall off. So yeah, I thought we were all gonna die trying to get that photo. Yes, Roy. Let's see. So the next one is a two-parter. So it says, 10 years from now, everything has gone right. What's everything? And instead of 10 years though, do it with the same number of years forward as your anniversary. So 5 years is how long it's taken me to do 500 videos. So let me put Roy on the bed. Okay, so I had a great time writing my answer to these ones. So here's my goal for 5 years in the future. 5 years in the future, I'm monetized on YouTube, have a literary agent, have a book traditionally published with another one in the works. I have a low stress job, have savings for a down payment on a condo, have been to Japan for a month. Roy has a sibling. I consistently stay in budget. I will still be journaling. I will help others monetarily more. I will be debt-free. Send out more just because gifts to friends. Have read my physical TBR. Have done a dopey coast-to-coast running challenge, which is a 5K, 10K half full marathon all in one weekend at Disney World, and then coast to coast. So then fly to California and do the Dumbo Double Dare, so the 10K and the half, all within the same month. So yeah. And then I will also have lost enough weight to feel comfortable in my own body. And then 10 years from now, 10 years in the future, I will own a 2 or 3 bedroom condo, have 2 dogs, have 5 to 7 books traditionally published, have been to New Zealand and Europe, have a freezer full of homemade food, take a group of friends on an all expenses paid vacation with me, host a writing retreat, take my sister and her kids on a vacation wherever they want in the world for a week, and have a retirement fund going. So those are my everything goes right in 5 and 10 years. The next question is, if you had to pick a favorite word, what would it be? At the moment, it's incandescent. A runner-up word would be family. And the last question is, what's been the best advice you've gotten from a creative, and what's been the worst? So the best advice is right from the lens of the point of view character. So filter everything through what the main character thinks and feels. So what do they feel on their skin as they're walking through a scene? What do they smell? What is their occupation? Which colors how they observe people? Things like that. So writing from the lens of the point of view character has definitely been the best advice. And the worst advice is write every day. Burnout happens, and if I try and push through it, then I am just burnt out for months and months and can't write. And I just feel anxiety even thinking about the story. So what I've realized is I do need to take breaks and refill my creative well. So yeah, don't try and push it when it's being negative to your mental health. Sometimes you do need that break to gain a different point of view on it, to have a clearer vision of what actually needs to be changed, or just you've been working so hard and so fast that now you need naps. So don't try and write every day. Go with the flow of I have peaks and valleys of major productivity in writing, and then instead I am reading a ton, writing a ton, reading a ton, and that's okay. So yeah, those are my questions for my Ask Me Anything. And thank you all so much for watching. It's been a short little video, but it was great fun, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!